92.9 The Lake, playing the greatest hits of all time. We are joined right now with Lake Charles Mayor Nic Hunter. Mayor Hunter, I know you're probably working on minimal sleep. You're a busy guy, so I appreciate your time swinging by the studio.
Thank you for the invitation. Look, it's important for me to be out in the neighborhoods right now, but it's also important for me to be able to talk to people. And for those that are outside Lake Charles, let them know what's going on. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. What's the latest on relief and recovery from Hurricane Laura?
So, man, Hurricane Laura was a lick. Yeah. I mean, it was a blow. It was the strongest hurricane to hit the state of Louisiana in 150 years.
Yeah.
And when you compare where we are today, about a week out, versus where we were about a week out from Hurricane Rita, though Laura was more devastating and stronger than Rita, we're actually further along right now in that recovery process than we were a week out from Hurricane Rita. And right now there's a ton of food and water and supplies coming in Lake Charles. We need it. We need more. And I believe that there's a lot of coordination going on right now between locals, states, and the feds. But we are getting to that point where we've got to start seeing some manpower to help some of these, especially low to moderate income individuals. And, just people working chainsaws and people putting tarps on roofs. That's going to be important for a lot of people here in Lake Charles. But as I look around Lake Charles, I see things that are broken. I see things that are devastated. But they're things that we can fix. They're things we can rebuild. And they are things that we can do better and more resilient and to build a better Lake Charles moving forward. I truly believe that right now. Lake Charles was not dealt a knockout punch with Hurricane Laura. I promise you that.
Yeah, and we were riding around the other day, and I was with my operations manager, ART, and I told him the same thing. I was like, you know what, it seems like because we went through Hurricane Rita, we know how the story goes, and it's not the first rodeo, and it seems like everything is so organized, and it's moving so quickly. I was amazed by that as well, and you're talking about needing manpower. What are some of the stories that you've seen out there personally of the perseverance and just the heart of Southwest Louisiana?
Man, you see neighbors helping neighbors. I mean, I talked to one guy who was tarping his neighbor's roof, and I thought it was his house. And I said, "Hey, are you a contractor?" He said, "No, this is my neighbor's roof." And so I started talking with him, and he pointed at his house, and his house was destroyed, you know? And I said, "Well, are you taking care of your house?" He said, "Man, my neighbor's elderly. They need me more right now." He said, "My house is probably totaled. It's probably going to be a complete loss." And, he wasn't on his knees crying about it. He was helping his neighbor. He was up there in the 98-degree September heat, putting a tarp on his neighbor's roof like it was nothing. Right. And he didn't want recognition for it, and he didn't want any attention for it. And those simple, everyday types of things are what make us so special here in Southwest Louisiana. Those are the types of things that make the people here in Southwest Louisiana special.
Most definitely. And it reminds me back to Rita, when the Army Corps of Engineer General came down. He had just spent time with Katrina, and he came down here and he said, "What amazes me about Southwest Louisiana is when I was over in New Orleans, it was like, what can you do for me?" Well, when we got down to Southwest Louisiana, it was like, "Hey, can you kindly move out of our way? We got stuff to take care of."
Yeah.
So, the heart of Southwest Louisiana, where a community is family, and so many great stories out there that we're hearing coming in from our mobile app, from our Facebook page, and just people talking on the streets. It's absolutely amazing. And speaking of people talking, it seems as though the national picture from Hurricane Laura has gotten lost in the news cycle. And what's going on with that?
Well, it's something I'm very worried about. My top concern right now is the people of Lake Charles, their health, their safety, their welfare. They've got to have food, water, and a comfortable place to lay their head down at the end of the night. That's top priority. But I am also very concerned that the national media has moved on to the next new hot story. And I'm very concerned that D.C. has other initiatives or other issues on their radar. And Lake Charles is going to help Lake Charles. We're going to help our brothers and sisters here in Lake Charles. But this disaster is bigger than Lake Charles. This is a great American city that was affected. And I'm a proud American, but I'm going to be a sad American and a disappointed American in a couple months from now if the rest of this country forgets about us. And I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that doesn't happen, because Lake Charles is not only important to Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles is important to the United States of America. And it's important that our American brothers and sisters realize that and remember us. And it's important that the representatives in D.C. remember that too.
Right, most definitely. All the information 24/7 around the clock. It's at our website, 929thelake.com, on our Facebook page, on our mobile app. You can find out where free meals are, supplies, gas, the stores that are open. So make sure you use that as a resource. Where can they find out from the city all new information and updates about Hurricane Laura relief and recovery?
So, man, we're pumping stuff out every day on our Facebook page, but also we realize that there's a lot of people out there in the city right now that maybe don't have Facebook, they're not on the internet, maybe their phone isn't working, certainly a lot of people without electricity.
Right.
So we have literally been printing up flyers, about 2,000 flyers a day, and it has chock-a-block full of services where they can receive services here in Lake Charles, 800 numbers, instructions to sign up with FEMA, the Blue Roof program, and we literally have the City of Lake Charles employees and State Fire Marshal employees that are going around throughout the city just passing these flyers out, because it's important if people are here, they need access to these resources. And look, let me tell you, we need it to continue, but there's a lot in Lake Charles right now. There's a lot of food and a lot of water in Lake Charles. There's ice, there's tarps. We just got to make sure that people are connected with those resources. But we need those resources to continue. I don't want people to think that just by me saying it's here that we don't need it to continue to be here.
Right.
We need these to continue to be here. And City of Lake Charles is doing everything we can to make sure locals know what's going on.
Well, Mayor, thank you for your time. We appreciate you coming by, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, brother. God bless.